I said he's generated, what? Now he's charged up. See, you better get your flow, you better bar up. He's shutting down everybody with again, he doesn't care, cause you know that energy's about to rise in the air. I said he's generated, what? Now he's charged up. See, you better get your flow, you better bar up. He's shutting down everybody with again, he doesn't care, cause you know that energy's about to rise in the air. Going, no more energy, the energy is cut. Now he's back to really
DNA Live. I just wanted to first wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holiday. I'm not really hoping that we get too much snow or anything. But did you hear on the news that they said that we're supposed to get some kind? Did you hear that, Bobby? We're supposed to get some kind of like cold air tomorrow. I think Thursday. They said about whatever, so I'm hoping that it doesn't come our way. But in the meantime, I just wanted to give a shout out to a birthday girl, special birthday girl. Her name is Georgianne, and she celebrated her birthday today, so I want to give a special shout out to her. Also, in the Christmas spirit, I wanted to throw a couple of jokes your way, if it's okay. If that's okay or no?
Do what you do.
Oh, okay. So when Santa gets stuck in a chimney, what is it called?
What is it called?
Claustrophobia.
I don't understand.
Okay, that didn't. Okay, wait, hold on. Let me give you another one. Wait a minute. What do you call it when Santa stops moving?
What?
Santa pause. No? Okay, let me try. Okay, let me try one more. What does Rudolph want for Christmas? A pony PlayStation. Okay, I'm striking out here, dude. But in the meantime, I hope everybody enjoyed their festivities and stuff like that. I mean, Christmas is a time of love and giving, and I hope all of you out there are enjoying your time off on vacation with families and stuff like that. So in the meantime, we are going to go to commercial break. And if I can introduce this Christmas special to you, we are going to have Charles Hamilton on board in a few minutes. And we're going to speak about his album release that just happened on Christmas Eve. Okay, so we'll be right back after this.
Jackie the Joke Man.
Jackie!
What is that?
That's a pygmy with a heart on.
New York Islander, Rich Pilon. So, how bad did you feel with the Kevin Stevens hit?
Darius and I were in their kitchen, and we were like, we were dominating Mario and them at the time. And Kevin just wanted to take me out, and it was a touch icing, and there was no need for him to come through. And he was and I kind of played like I didn't see him, and at the last second, just jumped right into him.
And we really love Jason Scoop, and we're so happy he's back.
Hello, everybody. My wife Jilly makes it. She's beautiful. That's my husband, wife. Excuse me, right there. That's okay. Look.
And we're back.
And we're back, people.
So I believe Charles is there somewhere, right?
Charles, you here?
I'm here. What's going on?
All right. So let's get to the nitty gritty.
Let's go.
So first off, you got a new album just dropped today, and it's called
Hypergoth.
Hypergoth, right?
Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Explain to the people how you came up with the idea and the name.
Well, once you hear the album, you'll understand it, but it draws from Curtis Mayfield's Superfly.
Right.
Is that somebody that influenced you?
I love Curtis Mayfield. Curtis Mayfield is a big influence.
Nice.
So is James Brown, and they're both featured on the album as far as sampling.
Is that why you have the first song called "The Book of Mayfield"?
Yeah,
So
because
if you
a
can,
lot of people defer to the Superfly album as how they become either Superfly or Pimp or Mac, and the album really doesn't bespeak to the glory of the streets. It talks about the downside, the pushers, broke days, the dead dope boy, you know what I mean? Freddie.
go ahead.
There's, a lot of thought went into how they present the movie Superfly, because the main character's name in the movie wasn't even Superfly.
What was it?
Youngblood Priest.
Youngblood Priest.
Okay, so the second song, Children Hoodless, is that
Childhoodless.
Childhood.
Hoodless? Sorry, is that where basically you just elaborated a lot of things to me? Is that where you got the idea, like what you just basically said? Because when you were speaking about the first one, it kind of seemed like it ran on to the second one as well. Is that what you got?
It's the same sample.
Same. Wow. So you did one song and two songs in the same sample or the same song?
Same sample.
So good.
Wow. So you made a whole because I heard that. That's why I wanted to ask you. How did you come up with just making two songs out of one sample?
Well, one has a more futuristic vibe. The other is just straight gritty soul boom bap.
Wow.
So, I want to let the listener decide what direction I would go in as far as futuristic soul or, boom bap soul, but it's still presented from me.
Let's get to the third one. Held Down.
Held down here or below. Held down here or below.
How did you come up with that? That's a very intriguing name.
I like that premise because it's like held down here or below. That actually sends a message, right? It's like if it's held down here or maybe even below, like things could be worse. Is that what you're trying to say, or what?
Yeah, that's what.
If where I'm at is not hell, then below where I'm at is hell.
Wow, that's a
Nice.
great way how to elaborate it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So let's get to the fourth one. Into
it, baby.
baby.
Yeah, it's more like a guide for you to walk in. When you walk into occult situations, let that song be your guide. Like, you don't want to have to push away anybody there, but you don't want to bring on people who don't have your best interest at heart.
But can I ask you a question now? With this whole album, I know you got 10 songs, so we're going to go through each one of them. How long did it take you to do this album?
A day.
A day.
He's a creative genius. That's all I need to
I'm
say.
just saying, a day. And did all these songs come right into your head at one moment, or you just kept on letting it flow as you went along?
Well, I kept while I was locked up, I kept a diary.
Okay.
I would like write on envelopes and shit. And Hypergoth was one of the concepts I came up with. And when I got to the halfway house,
Okay.
I got a microphone and a laptop, so I was able to kind of experiment a little bit. Once I felt I was, strong enough to get into the studio and record, I signed up for GoFundMe, and I asked my fans for money so I could get in the studio, and we
Okay.
raised over $2,000.
Nice.
So
So you went
this
back
album
into.
was paid for by the fans, so they got it for Christmas.
Oh God, and that is
Well, that's amazing.
that is
That's actually
just
amazing.
hitting me with that. That is actually really cool because then the album itself was loved and paid for by the people who follow you.
Correct.
That's pretty, that's pretty beautiful.
Well, what do you
I
mean
was gonna
love?
say wear the hat. There he goes. But like I meant, we have 10 songs obviously on this album, so I want to go through at least. We went into 4. I want to go into 6, and then this way we can go to commercial break because I want to elaborate and get into it more.
Know you're wrong.
No, you're wrong. Go ahead, girl. I mean, girl. Go ahead, dude.
Well, yeah, like that song, I'm seducing an ex.
Oh,
So, I mean, thinking about love and romance in such a situation
okay.
is very difficult because if you remember, this is a domestic violence case.
Right. That's true. Okay.
So at least I'll be with somebody I'm familiar with and trying to explain my situation.
See, you know what I love about him? He can sit here and disclose and talk about things in his life that are, whether it's like a good side or a bad side, you can express without any reservation, and that's good because your message is out there. People listen to you. People follow you. So, and I see all the adulation that you get. Is it adulation? Is that right? Is that the right word?
Adoration.
Adoration. There we go. See, I'm stumbling here, but you know what I'm trying to say? Other people want to paint a perfect picture of themselves, okay? They want to make themselves look like they're untouchable, like, that nobody can do any wrong. And you know it, you've owned up to it, and you've expressed it. And this album is a little bit of everything, and that's really commendable. You're a great man, Mr. Charles Hamilton.
Thank you very much.
You're
Miss.
summing up everything. So it's one thing about you that I love. You're never scared to hide who you really are,
Right. Mm-hmm.
and your music shows it. Like you never wanted to be like the in crowd.
Yeah.
You just wanted to be you. And my question is, do you feel like that's the difference between our era and the young guys era?
Well, very few artists were vulnerable. And when you listen to, let me take that back. A lot of hip hop artists were vulnerable, but they all had the same story. Which, like, take nothing away from the story being told, but you can live more than you can talk.
I like that.
And there's people who, for like you never heard LL Cool J talk about being from the bottom after he got to a certain point.
Right. I see. I see what he's saying. That's
So they conceal their weapons, and I just I let my guns go blazing.
I let that go. Okay. Let's go to the next one. What is that called? I couldn't pronounce it because you told me. Yeah. What is that about? What is the reference with that again? You said it was a cartoon or something.
Secret Squirrel.
Secret. See, I never watched Secret Squirrel, but I just never watched it. Okay, so get into that one now.
All right, so Morocco Mole was Secret Squirrel's, sidekick, and the song is to my ambiguously unborn daughter.
Okay, explain that.
I may have a daughter, and she shows up randomly throughout the universe.
Look at you.
Right, I got a superstar daughter.
You have a superstar daughter. What color hair does she have?
Women change their hair.
Okay, but what color hair was she born with?
Auburn.
Okay. Oh, I like auburn. Brunette is so brunette and blonde, but auburn is different. It's a redhead. I like redheads too, by the way. Auburn, yeah. Okay. I like that. All right. So with that said, thank you, Charles. We're just going to go into commercial break real quick, and we'll be right back with more of Charles Hamilton.
Yep.
Hi everyone, it's Teresa from Tea Time. I have a show on every Saturday morning, 11 a.m. on Channel 20. What's Tea Time about? Tea Time is about interviewing people in the entertainment industry. Actors, producers, singers, dancers, magicians, MMA fighters, Donnie Most from Happy Days, and Butch Patrick from the Munsters, Kieran Sheehan, who played the lead in Phantom of the Opera on Broadway, and so many more. So check out my show. It's fun, it's entertaining, and it's interesting. Hope to see you there. The Jackie the Joke Man.
Jackie!
What is that?
That's a pygmy with a heart on.
New York Islander, Rich Pilon. So, how bad did you feel with the Kevin Stevens hit?
Darius and I were in their kitchen, and we were like, we were dominating Mario and them at the time. And Kevin just wanted to take me out, and it was a touch icing, and there was no need for him to come through, and he was just, and I kind of played like I didn't see him, and at the last second just jumped right into him.
And we really love Jason Scoop, and we're so happy he's back.
Hello, everybody. My wife Jilly makes it. She's beautiful. That's my husband, wife. Excuse me, right there. That's okay. Look.
And we're back.
Yes, we are. We are back.
Charles is still with us, right?
Yes, sir.
There we go.
So, Charles, I want you, for the fans and everybody that's watching this, can you go through the process of how you made Hypergoth? And basically, like you said that you were in the cell, right? And that's what you thought of it?
Yeah, I was in a one-man cell.
Yeah.
And, you know, to describe the feeling of getting excited but needing to be calm very quickly, Hypergoth, it just hit me like fastball to a ton of bricks.
Yeah.
How did you, like, I understand with Curtis Mayfield, right? I'm right about that?
Curtis Mayfield.
Yeah. But what I was saying is, how did, like, that idea just come in your head? You were just were you looking at, like, the bars down, and, like, when you were in the cell, were you just thinking of, like, a beat in your head? Like, how did you come up with that?
It all happened so fast. You know, I was between laying down and looking out my cell door, you know.
And then
I really can't describe it. Like it happened, the creative process, you know, both the creative process and the idea of creating the album happened so fast. I just literally said, I can't wait till I get in a big studio.
All right, so now fast forward, you're in the house.
Mm-hmm.
You see the laptop for the first time. You see the mic for the first time. What were you thinking? Were you thinking about Hypergoth, or were you kind of thinking about, let me just play around for a little bit before I go into Hypergoth's album?
Well, I didn't look at my notes from jail for a minute while I was locked up. So I was literally going hella hard on the mic with just my laptop. But once I got the strength up, I was like, okay, let's go for it. Let's get into the studio.
Oh wow.
Yeah, then like one thing about him though, I seen him burn a lot of laptops. With the music that he has,
The music he creates just sets it on fire. Is that what it is?
My God, my laptop crashed. Thank you for all the beats you sent me. My laptop crashed the same day, and it's a
My
Mac.
sincerest apologies.
Just like you almost crashed, and I want to put this on record. We almost crashed. What was that? What was that website called? DistroKid.
Oh God.
Yeah, we had a problem with DistroKid.
They wrote to me and him, you can't upload 50 albums in one share. I'm serious. Charles, am I lying?
Yeah, I sat there and tried to upload 50 albums.
Well, why would you try to upload 50 albums?
Because then we didn't have
make
to
money.
Exactly.
Seriously?
And then
50 albums?
50 albums.
50 albums. But that's wait, so you're talking 50 albums, you're talking 10 songs or 12 songs on an album.
I think it was like a double. Was it like double albums? I think it was like 20.
It was entire like folders.
Yeah, so about like, what was it, like 30 songs a piece?
Are you kidding?
Well, we recorded a lot.
Yeah, but still, are you kidding? And you're sitting there wondering why the thing crashed?
No. What happened was DistroKid wrote us a huge letter yelling at us and saying, there is no way that you came up with all of this material this quick. What are you? Remember that weird letter that we got? We were like, what? And then we wrote back and we wrote, it's supposed to be unlimited songs. And DistroKid said, you're only limited to what, 10 a day?
Yeah, well, albums.
Yeah, 10 albums a day.
Well, then you could.
And less than 30 records and less than 30 tracks an album.
Well, yeah, there has to be a criteria of when you download something.
Yeah, but it should have said no. It should have. DistroKid should have said.
Binging.
Exactly.
Oh, you know what? You two are crazy. Okay. I mean, we're talking albums here with 30 songs and 50 albums. I mean, that's a little excessive per day.
You should have seen when the A&R came into the car, right? And she goes, I think, was it an A&R or an exec? What did I bring in the car from Sony?
She was an exec. I forgot. I know who you're talking about. I forgot her name.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we go like this. The girl goes, how many records do you got, right? He goes and just starts strolling. And she's like, she's like, I counted 400 already. He just keeps going. And you're laughing. I'm serious.
Because
she keeps going, right?
Because I can see you there scrolling.
Yeah, but like this. And then she goes to me, she goes, play one of your records. She plays one of the records. She's like, this is amazing. Then he plays another record, and he goes, wow, this is amazing. But the weird thing is, Charles, can I let people hear this or no?
But how does he know what you're going to say?
One of the samples that we showed the girl somehow became on Cardi B's record.
Which one is that?
Nah, he's right.
Oh, he's
right. He's right. There was I forgot what.
Got these girls in this house. Got these girls. I can't say it because we're on
WAP.
Yeah, we're on. You know what I'm saying? It was actually. Guess what? That song "Wet" was his song.
No, but really, Charles?
I sampled it first.
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, we showed Sony.
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm writing that in.
There's things a lot of people don't really know.
Well, you know what? It happens. It does happen.
Well, you got to see what happened with me. You know what I'm saying? I showed Universal a whole piece of art when I was 18 years old. They wrote one record of mine, made 2 platinum hits. The way they split it up.
People. That's what the music industry is all about. They do that.
Well,
it doesn't. Your story is. I hate to say it.
One of
millions of others who have, that's why a lot of time they say don't, like when they went, oh, let me see your record, let me see your record, let me see your record.
No.
And I get hesitant. I'm like, maybe not, because you don't know, because people will want something different. And especially if it's coming from Charles Hamilton, right? I can see why people will take it. And I'm,
Well,
I'm trying to be
he
honest.
kind of like when we showed it, man. Remember, like they kept going back and forth on that record. And I'm like, why you guys keep going back listening to that sample? And it's funny though. His old A&R actually, the can I say, Charles?
No, you can't. But go ahead.
All right, strike two.
But I'm just saying there is just But listen.
Why
No, I'm saying, go ahead, tell the story.
Oh, okay, go ahead. Here we go.
Shorty is good friends with his old executive Chubby.
Okay.
I don't say names.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Go ahead.
His old friend that's an exec, and that's how it went down.
Really? You know what? I think this show has become Dish Nation now. I mean, we're just dishing it all out today.
Well, this is Christmas, so Merry Christmas and Happy New Year for the people that stole our records. I'm serious. Like,
I mean, what can be done about it?
There's nothing, I mean, it's. I don't want to say it's a sad case or anything, but I look at it this way, and maybe you can tell me if I'm right or wrong. If people have to steal your samples in your work or your word or whatever,
it happens all the time, especially to me.
Can I finish my sentence?
No, hold up.
Okay,
I want
go
to say something. Things happen all the time when I try to do something, right? So the anti-bullying got stolen from me, right? My showcase, they tried to just steal that from me.
Right.
And best believe, I'm not really mad about that because you guys only doing it half good. Okay? I'm good. Whatever me and Charles do, we're good. Because you could keep stealing our ideas, but we got more and more and more and more.
But that's what I was going to
ideas.
say. Because even though, let's say, they may take something like a little bit of here and there, what they don't realize and what they lack, okay?
Rapper stole his whole style.
Listen,
Everybody that I hear sounds like him.
I know. It's just that, but that's what people do. You ever see like a big whale in the sea?
I'm gonna save you right now. Nothing can justify it. Nothing can justify it.
Wait. Let me.
You're showing interest. They're showing interest. They can't buy anything, so they can't prove that they're interested in my music and me in general. They're interested in me,
right?
Overall being.
Yeah,
and it's because of the music. So they try to pattern themselves after what they think I would do.
Exactly. Like, yo, if you look, right, in 2009, you were on the XL cover, right?
Mm. That was a pretty cover.
Everybody after you, I listened to, like, I could never become fans of certain rappers because everybody's like, oh, they're great, they're on top. And I'm like, no, not really. I seen you single-handedly destroy these dudes. We're not even trying.
Right. Well, yeah, he's a genius.
So, like they try to say, yo, the top 10, the top 5, and I'm like, the top 0. Can't listen to them.
Okay.
Difference is they got the machine backing them, and that's all I got to say. And let's get back to your album.
Wait, hold on a second.
Go
Before
ahead.
I say that, what I wanted to, he tried to save me there, but I just want to say one thing. Like when you have a whale in the ocean, right, Charles? Mm-hmm. And there's those little fish that swim with the whale, right? And what do they do? They bite off like the algae or whatever it is, that white stuff that's on a whale and everything. And you see these little fishes just like wiggling and everything, and they're biting off. That's what they're doing with you. They see, hold on. They see the big fish, right? They know they can't compete with the big fish.
You know what happens?
But they take that little bit of, can you stop interrupting? I'm having a little discussion here with Charles, but do you understand?
Nah, let it be known. Say what it is. Like,
they
so
get
the
Moby
nerdy
Dick.
side is what everybody.
If they're gonna be the whale, they get hunted.
Yeah, but you know what? No, they're not Moby Dick. He's Moby Dick.
Yeah, well, they're trying to hunt him.
They're Jonah.
They're trying to hunt him. They're trying to hunt him.
They're going. I know. I hear you. Okay. Let's move on. Okay.
This is a good one right here.
Okay. So let's go on to number 7, PTSDX. I'm thinking PTSD, but extra.
No, PTSDX. Like, if you think I got a mental problem, suck it.
Yes. You know what?
Could you elaborate further on that?
I love it. You know why I love it? Because you've done this. Like, his best songs were, I'm gonna say, in the Black Lava Lamp. Black Lava Lamp is number one. I don't
okay.
care, even
I
though
know.
Pink Lava Lamp is number two. Everyone was a Pink Lava Lamp, but the Black Lava Lamp, I played that for like almost like 6 years in my job. I love it when you come out and be more controversial and just don't care.
Yeah.
That's what makes you the real rock star.
Yeah.
Because everybody in music now has like a, you can't do this button, or be scared of this button, or don't
Well, let
push
me cut
this
you
button.
off right there. I do controversial shit. I don't say controversial shit.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah.
Instead of
Make sure you
getting caught
calm
out
down
there
with the
for
curses.
No cussing on the show.
Yeah, it's
Both
going on
of you.
cable.
I'm sorry. Well,
But that's
look
okay.
what I just did.
No, it's okay.
And
Now let's go on to number 8. I like the title though. Superfly Hamilton.
Oh yeah, let's hear this.
it's like gothic sarcasm.
Gothic sarcasm.
You know, I know I'm not the snazziest dresser according to the fashion brands and so on and so forth, but I dress indicative of how I am, what I do, how I feel. You know me based on.
Wait. I gotta cut you off because Lil Uzi Vert stole your whole style.
What can you do about it?
What can you do about it?
And like years ago, everyone called you the fashion guru. So what changed?
Well, let's take a look at all the gangster rappers. I'm in the hood right now.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's seen in LA. Nobody's seen me. Nobody's seen anyone dressed the way I dress.
Really?
Nobody knows me to know that that's how I dress. They just know big rapper, formerly big rapper, whatever. You know, used to dress like this. You know, seen on this cover. Where's that style at?
Okay.
So it's like, all right, whatever. What you're gonna be thinking about that while I'm strutting away from you, wearing my UFOs, my pink button down, and my Baphomet t-shirt.
Nice. But it does, I mean, people change too. I mean, not everybody, I mean, there are other musicians I've seen that have had a certain style, and there are others that just had a certain style and never, I mean, Prince evolved too.
Yeah, but do you understand the barrier this man broke? I don't think anybody really sits there and actually goes, wow, he broke a barrier. When we grew up, right, and we were rappers, right, you had to look a certain way. Like, everybody was dressing like 50 Cent.
Okay.
And then everybody was dressing like, I'm going to say Lupe Fiasco with the nerd look and all that, right?
I don't know who that is, but go ahead.
He came out with a style like a hipster nobody has ever saw before. So we were everybody was gazed because when he came out, he had the Sonic shirt like this, right? He had the button like this. It was a little bit like, preppy, but he came out different. He had the afro, and then he had the fedora. You understand? And then what's funny about him is that he didn't every rapper wanted to be gangster, right?
Yeah.
He was just himself. So he came out with a Hello Kitty guitar.
Who?
Him.
You? Charles?
Yeah.
Hello Kitty? Why didn't how come I didn't get that picture?
So he came out with a Hello Kitty guitar, and he had the pink, what do you call that thing that he used to wear it all the time. What was it called?
My Pink Panther.
The Pink Panther right here like this.
I love
but he
Pink
had it
Panther.
on like this.
Do you know growing up Pink Panther
Like how
was
Ghostface
my
wore
favorite.
the bird.
Yeah, I never knew that.
There's a lot of things we don't know about Charles.
Yeah, but he's just too
He's
ahead
an
of
enigma. Is that a good word?
Yes,
Can I use that word,
he's
Charles?
too ahead of his time.
Yeah, he's an
But
enigma.
let's get back to there was the love. What? Trying to read that.
Number 9,
There was love.
there was love.
Oh wow,
I spelt that wrong. I'm sorry.
I did, and my brain did too. Okay, go ahead.
I mean, I basically addressed everything that is not being spoken about in this conversation.
Say that again.
I addressed everything not being spoken about in this conversation.
Like what?
The dividing lines between myself and Sega.
That's dope. And listen, to everybody that goes, wait a minute, the game system? No, it's not. He basically made a theory, right? And the theory is talking about the sonics that go into your mind that projects into music.
Right.
But you guys don't understand that because your minds isn't there yet. So what this man speaks about is he speaks about the coherent through person's mind, the way the brain takes your oxygen and actually profounds you into the music.
Okay, you lost me. But
They don't understand, Charles.
they don't. Well, no. What I
Basically, it's how you project it to the music and how your ears listen to the sonics. Like,
Right.
say if I rap a beat, right? The reason why a lot of times you see me get turned off when these kids jump on a beat is because of sonics. I learned how to do music through sonics. Sonics, when it's off, it messes up my ear. So when it messes up my ear, I can't listen to it because the way the person came off with his flow, I'm used to having like a perfect, like not a perfect flow, but an unkind of perfect flow, but it matches the sonics.
Is that right, Charles?
He's right.
Okay.
So when you hear them go off like this, it breaks off the tempo inside you. So that's why a lot of these rappers don't realize, and I'm just going to break this down real quick and then we're going to get to the last one, is when people are rapping, right, you're going to feel a certain way if the person hits the sonics right. That's what makes a hit. The sonics make a hit. It's the way that the person projects through the beat.
Okay. So in other words, okay, I get what you're saying, but what other people are confused about now, I kind of get what you're coming from, because you just use the word Sonic, and it may be Sonic the Hedgehog that you have a picture of, but people are not getting the full understanding is that is just a picture. It's not actually what you're really talking about, right? You know what I'm saying?
You can go off if you want to.
It's also connected to the game.
So it is.
That's
kinda
why
connect-
it's a dangerous connection.
a dangerous. How so?
The game explains a lot of things that you don't understand inside the world that the world tries to show and tries to hide from you.
Exactly.
Why are you looking at me like that? I didn't know.
Well, everything from video games in any which way that they actually show is a little piece of history put into the game. That's what makes the people intrigued. But what happens is sometimes the game tries to explain to you what happens in the future, but people don't listen.
Is that right, Charles?
For the most part. I mean, I'm a little rusty when it comes to talking about Sega because I stopped talking about him for a little while.
Right.
You know, there's a lot of people I stopped talking about.
Aliens and all that and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the game basically goes with Sonic. But a lot of things, and I'm going to break it down real quick, a lot of things for the fans, because you're probably like, what? So a lot of things that we actually talk about is actually true comic fact. And it's actually used from back in the day from our forefathers, actually used it at the same time. But it was a different type of manipulation than what you see with. Do you understand that Hollywood, right, is made from the tree Hollywood, right? It was a tree used years ago by supposedly warlocks and witches. And they believe, nowadays, they believe because of TV, they believe that actually comes from that. So it was like spells. So people, if you actually are really high up and you really understand it, actually believe this is all a spell that they put on you from that tree that they worship.
You and Charles, when I get you and Charles
Right?
together, you both blow my mind. Okay? Stop it.
But I'm being serious.
All right.
That's what you asked for.
I know. You know, I know. It's just like every time I have you two,
So let's get right back to Too Mad or Too what? I'm sorry.
too mad.
Too Mad,
Yeah.
right?
Number 10,
too mad,
which is
too
I'm
mad,
too mad
too.
right now. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
So there once was a young girl who went to a high school and she dated a man that was shorter than her and lived in a completely different culture. One day it was prom and the boy exposed how freaky the girl was. And the girl lost her mind and embarrassed him with her tongue, cussed him out all throughout the prom. Here I come going to the same high school.
Oh boy.
and everything I have to say to her is in this song.
Too mad. Very interesting, Mr. Hamilton. This, like, out of all the 10, though, okay, I don't want to say which one is your favorite. Which one no, that's not the right word. Out of all the songs, though, which one really exposes you?
Childhoodless.
Really, number 2.
All right, so
I was just curious, but
why is that?
Yeah, I'm curious now. Is there any particular reason why, or?
I mean, I can't stop listening to the damn song.
Really? Look at him. I can't
You know
keep
what?
listening.
If it's all right, then Bobby, you there? It's all right. Maybe we can start letting people hear a little bit of the album that hasn't heard it because it's in streamings. It's in stores today, and we want everybody to hear it across the world.
Across the world.
So, Bobby, play the first one, The Book of Mayfield.
The Book of Mayfield. If he can play that.
He's playing it.
Hypergoth, 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 hypergoth. So here's the concept. Get arrested by the rhythm unless you've been tested and molested by the rhythm. Then you die and say goodbye to the rhythm when trying to be wise with it. The concept is rather deceptive. It's asking a question. Would you rather be possessed by a rapper or laugh at the testings when blasting the blessing of whether you're clashing or asking for love? What a hell of a concept. Have you been deceived by it? The concept exists within your questionnaire. Nothing better than living debonair. Lyrics everywhere. Yeah, you sit and never stare. Forever in the air.
Riding in the whip with the 10 slow. Looking at the end zone. Just a cigarette of an endo. Looking out the window. If you take a look at me, you might see what I see. You might even look at me. You won't see what I see.
Lungs of a baby. I just wanna be crazy. Sometimes they play me, they play with me. Yet at the same time they ain't staying with me. So they can't make me feel better about the very loneliness that I sever from the head. And leaving them out a couple of dollars, DiBiase style. What's got me now?
All right, Bobby, come
Same
back,
thing
brother.
that's got me down. Passing the pot around.
That was a
Will it
really good
stop?
record.
Will
That
it
was
continue?
really, really
Will it convince and convince him? Being the owner of the diploma.
Okay, so that was The Book of Mayfield. What other songs do we have?
Man, I'm going to let them hear one of my favorites, Super Hamilton.
Oh, okay.
Bobby, roll it.
Super Hamilton. I love the title.
A strange libation.
Super wide.
I just whipped a lot of asses now. Very few seem impressed. Yo. Following the seepage. Even though I put a curse on the myth that was looking first. Reminisce for a spell. Which hit you first? Hooked on the first like a purist. Nervous in front of Curtis. Curtains, if the wordsmith doesn't get it together, it's fixed in. Picture the perfect sentence. Picture perfect. Missing perfection. Rear end ripped off. No need to shit or play football. Get a kickoff, lift off. I ain't talking about what you want me to. I'm keeping it real with me before I die in front of you. What you want to do? Game I play for keeps. The games I play for keeps. Taking all that C can take. Following the C with H.
Don't play with death.
All right,
You
Bobby.
ain't make it.
That was pretty cool too.
You know what, man? This album's, please everybody, go on your streamings right now and go get it. This is a delightful treat for the fans. You know what's good about this album?
What?
He went into the big studio and he really came out with a bigger sound.
Right. Yeah.
You know, so you know what? Tell me when you first went into that studio when you created the first record, how did it feel?
First record was Childhoodless.
See, I didn't know that. So you just told me that. Is that why you play that record the most?
Nah, I think it's because I made the beat in my head before I made the beat, and I had the lyrics kind of sketched out before I started recording them.
Wait, how did you do? Wait. Let's rewind back.
Let's rewind it back. Yeah, go ahead.
Is this when you were locked up that you had the beat in your head?
Yep.
So knowing
Knowing him,
you probably went there for 3 months and had the same beat in your head, and you probably rap into it, write into it.
Yep.
how do you know him so well?
He knows me and I know him.
I hear that.
You know, let's give a quick funny story.
I love the
So
stories.
the process of me making Smart Water with him, right? I was nervous. But he taught me from there never to be to worry about what people think, and if you believe in the project's gonna work. And like I was telling you, and I'm gonna say this right now, people like Regenerated, but they always bother me about Smart Water.
I know.
So I don't know, like she's there, Smart Water and Timeless. They go, yo. Hop in the whip and we dip from the boy. I'm like, yo, listen, man. And they let her know. They're like, yeah, it's a nice record. It's a cute record.
Let
but
me just say something because you're right. Because I come across a lot of people, Charles, right? And they may not know him right away or whatever, but I play a couple of the songs and they're like, oh, yeah, I've heard of that.
yeah,
right?
no, Smart Water.
But when I play something from Smart Water or I play Hop in the Whip, they know.
I'm going to explain something to everybody.
It's crazy.
I'm going to explain everything. Charles was signed to Universal Republic at that time, right?
Okay.
Charles's fan base, I had a little fan base from the Anti-Bullying. It downloaded 650,000 over what, 3 weeks or 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Wow.
160,
Get the numbers right.
sorry, 650,000 downloads in 2 weeks.
But you know
with
what?
with no promotion.
With no promotion, right? And then, but also Hop in the Whip was.
He made that R.I.P. when Kobe Bryant died. I think that was the song that I got your text and it said Kobe died after we finished it. I think, right, Charles?
Yep.
I go to Charles. I go, Charles, Kobe Bryant just died. And he was looking at me and goes, what? Because you sent me it and it was on TMZ.
Oh, okay. All right.
So back to him, though. It's just, I know his process, man.
Right,
it's just,
yeah.
he taught me. That's why, like, when I can go into the studio, I know I could beat anybody.
Right. Because you got him.
Just have a great teacher.
Well, not that you got him. It's just that you've been taught.
I've been groomed by him.
Right. You've been groomed. Oh, I like that
So,
one. That's a good word.
I'm groomed by him. If you ever see any articles I write, it always says Charles Hamilton.
Right.
It never says energetic without Charles Hamilton. And I know Charles probably go crazy too because it's like Charles Hamilton energetic. Right, see?
Yeah.
I'm the most. Me and Chris Young shout out to Chris. Me and Chris Young are the most talked about of being in his camp.
Ah, okay. I see what you mean. Well, I'm in his camp too, but not musically, right, Charles?
Right.
There we
Well, I actually spoke to Chris Young earlier tonight, and I'm gonna be working more solo. You know, Third Eye Magic isn't over, but
Right.
we're gonna be working more solo. Like I'm gonna be more self-sufficient.
Right. I hear that.
So you mean you're not going to be doing the Third Eye Magic collabs that much anymore?
Yeah, it's very rarely.
Yeah.
But you know what? That's like, that it's well to do that. One thing about you that you taught me is always branch out and always do what I have to do as independent artists. But at the end of the day, we know where our family is.
Exactly.
Ooh, with that said, can I just wrap it up a little bit?
Sure.
Okay, but no, I want to wrap it up because it is the Christmas season. Okay, this is Christmas Eve is when your album came out. But is there anything in particular that you want for Christmas, Charles?
Wow, good question.
I know that's why I'm asking. Go ahead, you can think.
A jumbo bag of M&Ms.
Deal.
Are you serious?
What?
A jumbo bag of M&Ms, peanuts or regular?
Regular.
What do you want for Christmas?
Oh, don't even go what I want for Christmas. I mean, I have had no time to shop, Charles. So everybody out there, you've gotten gift cards, okay? Because I've had no time. What do you want for Christmas?
I got everything I want for Christmas.
You got everything? Okay, you got everything?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have to get anything?
I got you and I got CH and I got my family. That's all I need.
Is he the best, CH? Well, you got CH, me, and a jumbo pack of M&Ms.
Exactly.
Plain, no peanut.
Shout out to Bobby, too.
Merry Christmas to Bobby. Merry Christmas to everybody out there.
Strong Island family. Merry Christmas. But listen, no, on a real note, I did a lot of recollection this year, and I realized, the best thing that you can ever get in a gift is your real friends and family.
That's true. That's true.
You know what I mean? So,
and we thank every day.
We're entrepreneurs. Me and Charles are entrepreneurs, so we understand spending our last, but knowing that hopefully, God willing, that something comes back double.
Right, I hear that.
So,
but with that said, remember the album is called Hypergoth, and it was out Christmas Eve. And it's on all major platforms. So please, everybody out there, go check it out with the famous Charles Hamilton.
All hit records, baby. All hit records.
I know. But you know what? I'm going to start replaying over and over childhood lists.
Yep. And you know what's funny, though?
What?
I'm going to say this right now.
Go ahead.
I think Hypergoth is going to beat the Pink Lava Lamp.
What?
Well, Pink Lava Lamp is only number 2 on my list. It's definitely not beating the Black Lava Lamp.
Okay, so black. You putting black first, pink second.
Yeah.
And then wait, you move in pink to the third place and putting Hypergoth in second.
Yes.
Is that accurate, Charles?
I mean, I don't think there's any beating the Pink Lava Lamp, but the Black Lava Lamp is a top tier album.
Just get out of my face with that. It beat the Pink Lava Lamp.
Okay.
The beginning was insane. And then my favorite one, oh my God. I played it 100 times. Everybody was singing it in my job. It just didn't stop it.
Okay. All right. So there you have it. There you have it.
Pink Lava Lamp, I love you. And I never thought I was going to get rid of that. Put you on number 2. But when the Black Lava Lamp came out, it was just playing in and 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 playing in.
And okay. So with that said, I'm
I'm
sorry, Charles. You know how it is. You can't stop him once in a while. But I want to wish you a very happy Merry Christmas. Happy holidays, and again, a happy birthday. I mean, we shared birthdays.
Happy belated birthday.
But if anything, is there any last shout out that you want to give before we close the show, hon? Charles?
I'd like to say, rest in peace, Mom. Shout out to Dad. I love you, Grandma. Love you, Uncle. Hold your head, Ryan.
Yes.
All my family on both sides of the family. Auntie Ida, Auntie Dinky, Auntie Pam, my Uncle Mark, my cousins, my brother. It's love. Just send love. Send love.
That was really beautiful.
You're a beautiful man, Charles.
Thank you.
I'm just gonna keep replaying those songs, but if anything, everybody enjoy that album. Like I said, go stream it on all major
platforms,
platforms. So
yeah.
if anything, we will bid you a good night. Good night, Mr. Charles Hamilton, and we'll see you soon, okay?
And make sure Santa Claus goes and gives you gifts.
Yeah, okay.
If you don't, call the North Pole.
But if anything, I'm going to go out and get some M&Ms and ship them to him. That's for sure.
All right, everybody.
Peace out.
You
Love
have
you,
a
Charles.
great evening.
Later, y'all.
And we are out of here.